Everybody, welcome back to another video by CryptoRobert, and in today's video I'm going to show you how easy it is to buy Bitcoin without paying any fees whatsoever using the GDAX platform. The last video I did on GDAX, we learned how to sell our Bitcoin for cash or euros and send it back to our bank account without paying any fees, and today we're going to do the exact opposite. Today we're going to buy Bitcoin with some cash I've got in the GDAX system right now, and we're going to use a buy limit order. It's really simple. This video is not going to take very long, and you'll be on your way to mastering how to buy Bitcoin very easily if you watch this short video. Let's get started. So here I am signed into my GDAX account, and before I begin this tutorial, I need to answer a very important question that many of you have been asking. Do I need to have a Coinbase account to use GDAX? Yes, absolutely. Because Coinbase owns GDAX, you need to sign up with Coinbase first. If you don't have a Coinbase account, I encourage you to click on the link below or go right over to Coinbase. It's really simple and really easy. On the Coinbase website, all you need to do is click the sign up button and fill in your first name, last name, and get started with your email address, and then they'll send you a link, and then you can start the sign up process. Now, mind you, when you do sign up with Coinbase, they're going to require personal information from you, because this is a way that you communicate with your bank, and you need to transfer funds back and forth. So if you are very highly concerned about your privacy, then you should not use a platform like Coinbase if you feel the government is tracking your every move. I don't know, maybe you're that type of person. But for those of us that want a part of the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency world, we know we need to have a place in which we need to cash out occasionally our Bitcoin for fiat currency. And technically the easiest way to do that is for many of us who live in the 30 some odd countries where Coinbase operates in, Coinbase is really the best platform. You can do that either on the Coinbase platform or you can do that on the GDAX platform. Again, they work together because, again, Coinbase owns GDAX. So if you live in India or other countries where Coinbase doesn't operate in, I'm very sorry. This tutorial with GDAX is going to be completely useless for you. You need to find another platform where you can cash out your Bitcoin or other currencies in a platform in which works in your country. Let's get back to GDAX. So back in GDAX, I have a balance of 100 US dollars. How did I get that $100 to the GDAX platform? Well, I clicked the deposit button in the upper left-hand corner here. And since my bank account is already attached to my Coinbase account, it was a very simple process of just filling in the amount of money I wanted to transfer over. Say $100, or maybe this is euros or other currencies where Coinbase is operating in, and click the deposit funds button. Now, I will tell you this, it takes a long time for you to add your local currency to the Coinbase platform or GDAX. To get that $100 into my GDAX account, I started the process on January 25th, and it took all the way till January 31st to get that $100 into the GDAX system, almost over 6 days. It's a really long time. Now, it takes a lot less time. In my last video on GDAX, we actually were able to withdraw the funds by clicking the withdraw button and back to the bank account. I was able to send those funds back to the bank account, and I had my money in my checking account in about 24 hours. So just so you know, to bring money onto the platform, onto the GDAX platform, onto the Coinbase platform, you budget a good, week or so or longer, depending on your banking system's rules, internal rules, and all of that. But to send money out, it takes 24 to 48 hours. Okay, with that out of the way, let's see what we can do with this $100 here sitting in my GDAX platform. I didn't put a lot of money in here. I want to show you how easy it is to create a buy order, a limit buy order, to buy your Bitcoin without paying any fees whatsoever. So now there are a number of ways to buy Bitcoin on GDAX. There is the market order, which is basically you put in the amount of Bitcoin you want to buy, for the current market price, and whatever the market price is, you see here, the last traded price, it's usually you'll usually pay for whatever the last traded price of Bitcoin is. I'm making this video today on February the 4th, and there's been a lot of volatility in the price of Bitcoin over the last couple of days. And a savvy trader could have made quite a bit of money when Bitcoin went down to below 8,000 or 7,800 now. And yesterday on February 4th, it went back up to over 9,000. So there was quite a bit of room in which individuals could actually make a play to make some money. Now, there is that market order, there's the limit order. And the limit is really what we're going to be focusing on, because the limit is the order in which we are going to not pay any fees at all. We are going to be a maker and not a taker. Okay, so let's start this process right now with a buy limit order. I have $100 that I want to sitting in the balance here. I want to spend all of that $100 to buy Bitcoin. So you need to click on the buy, make sure the limit is selected, and also the post only. Post only will allow the entire order to be filled in its entirety, so you're not going to be paying any of those fees at all. Do not click the allow taker fee, only post only. So what's the limit price I want to pay for Bitcoin? Well, I'm looking at the last traded price here of $8,469 or $70. So I know that I don't want to pay more than what the last limit price is. So this is where you can actually save a little bit of money. So you can actually put in the limit price, not of 8,470. I think maybe I'm going to put in 8,400 and 8,400. I want to buy Bitcoin for that price, and I'm not going to buy Bitcoin for any higher than that. Which means that if the price doesn't go to $8,400, I'm not going to be buying any Bitcoin. Now, in the BTC area here, this is a little bit tricky. Since I have $100, I can't put in 100 here. That would mean I have 100, Bitcoin, which I don't. So this has got to be Bitcoin value. So I know about $100 is basically 0.01, and you can see on the bottom here, it'll say total. Okay, so far that 0.01 is actually equal to $84. But I want to spend that entire 100, so I'm going to play around here with the numbers here. I'm going to put in 0.015. That's too high. All right. 2, let's see. 1, 2. No. So after some finessing, 0.011905 is the exact amount of $100 in the GDAX system. So now that I've got all this set, if I go ahead and click on the place buy order, let's see what happens. Okay, now that is an open order, you can see right here. And this will not be filled until the price of Bitcoin goes to $8,400. Let's wait and see what happens. And we're back. And the order was filled. After about a half hour, I would say maybe 45 minutes, the price of Bitcoin fell from around 8,500 to 8,400, triggering that buy order for myself. You can see I have the amount of Bitcoin here, the 0.01190,500 Bitcoin sitting in the balance. And if I click on my filled orders, you can see here February the 4th, and there is the $8,400 price I bought that Bitcoin for, and there's the trade ID and all that other information there. So now you can see just how easy it is to buy Bitcoin without any fees. I didn't pay any fees whatsoever. Going back to my fill order, I didn't show you that, but there was no fees associated with this transaction whatsoever. Using the buy limit is an excellent way of reducing your risk. Also, it's a great way for you to, when you're busy with work and you have a job and a family, raising kids, and life is hectic, and you want to buy some Bitcoin, but you're not a day trader, you're not going to spend all day in front of the computer buying and selling Bitcoin because you have a life. Well, you can set it up in the evening and say, okay, I'm going to buy X number of Bitcoin for this price, set that order in motion, go to bed. If it fills, it fills. If it doesn't, try again the next day. You can repeat that cycle, and you can actually buy the Bitcoin at the price that you want to buy, which is not necessarily the market price, but also at the same time set that price at your level that you want to buy, and not have to pay any fees, which is really, really cool. Of course, it's all within reason. Why do I say all within reason? Because you need to study the price chart. Familiarize yourself with the one-day chart. There's a lot of useful information. For example, it'll tell you Bitcoin's all-time high price here back on around December the, I'd say 16th, 17th of around $19,000, almost $20,000 actually. All the way down, we can see the trend downward. And there was a bit of a dip back up to 16,000 in early January, and then it's been since January, around January the 8th or 9th, it's been going down and down and down and down and down, all the way now to the current trading price of around 8,500. So within reason, meaning like if you want to buy that Bitcoin and you want to set that price at $4,000 or $5,000, that's not a price Bitcoin has seen in a very long time. So study the chart and make your best guess estimate as to what the price of Bitcoin might be, or when it comes to setting the price, it's trading around $8,400 right now, $8,500. What's the likelihood that it's going to drop $1,000 overnight? It's possible. Anything's possible. So if you feel that overnight there's been a lot of volatility, that Bitcoin is going to drop to $7,400 in value, by all means set that buy limit order, and you'll be able to buy that Bitcoin on the cheap without any fees. But if it's not going to drop to that $7,400, it's not going to drop $1,000, it only drops maybe a couple of $100, that order you create is never going to be executed. So again, that's what I mean within reason. So if you're not a market expert, and I certainly am not a market expert, I just basically look at the charts like everybody else and just make my best guess estimate. Although then again, I'm not actually a day trader, but I do trade on occasion when I feel that there is an opportunity. And right now there is a huge opportunity to pick up Bitcoin for a lot less than it was trading for a few days or a few weeks ago. Again, this is not investment advice. I'm not an investment advisor. All investments have their risks, whether you're cloud mining, whether you're using some investment platform, or whether you're doing trades like this. Everything has its risks, folks. So educate yourself, learn as much as you can before you commit to any money into doing any of this. Well, that's about it for this video. If you like what you've learned and you've learned something new about how to buy Bitcoin without paying any fees using the buy limit order, and where you're also limiting the amount of money you're actually going to be paying for that Bitcoin, then please click the like button. If you don't like what you've learned, and you can click the dislike button. If you're new to this channel, please click the subscribe button, and I'd be happy to have you as a subscriber. We're continuing to grow this channel. I've got over 5,000 subscribers now. It's going really well, and I'm going to be providing some more useful information for everybody. Upcoming videos in the works are videos on the tax implications of trading and what you need to plan for when it comes to cryptocurrencies in terms of taxes. And a lot of this is going to be tax advice for the US market, so you need to do your own. If you're obviously, more than half my viewers are in other countries other than the country I live in, so you need to know your own country's rules and regulations about taxes. So hopefully some of the basics that I cover in that tax video in the near future will have some application to your own home countries. Lots of other videos in the works, such as using other trading platforms like Binance and a few others. So just stay tuned, and I'll take care, folks, and see you later.